YouTube, my channel, what's good everybody? First off, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Last time I checked, I was over 1,500, which is incredible. I wanted to do one of these vlogs for a minute now, and I got a whole bunch more that I want to do. I just haven't gotten around the time to do it because I was in school, and just having time to make beats was good enough. But basically, I just want to get right into it. The topic is sample producers versus original producers. Now, if you didn't know what a sample producer is, it's basically someone that takes someone else's or takes a song and manipulates it, into a way. Usually people speed it up and add their own drums and bass lines. Sometimes they just take literally a vocal sample and then just build totally around it, like What You Say by Jason Derulo is an example. But basically, it's a big topic, I feel like, with a lot of people that just don't understand what it is and understand the culture of hip-hop and really where it came from, because obviously, early on in hip-hop there was obviously a lot of original producers, but there's also a lot of sample producers, and those sample producers really paved the way for producers like myself and a lot of the ones that are out today, from Dilla, Premier, Ninth Wonder, Just Blaze, Ski Beats. I mean, there's a long list to go. Those are just some off the top of my head, but they were all really sample based. So if you come at somebody that is a sample-based producer and stuff like that necessarily doesn't maybe not have like any hit records that you might know of or anything, a lot of them seem vulnerable as far as people coming after them and saying you're just stealing someone else's work, you're not really doing anything. And you have to understand with sampling, there's a wide range of stuff, from people literally chopping stuff up, taking a sequence, speeding it up, adding their own bass line maybe to it. There's a bunch of different ways to sample. And even the more level producers that can really, just really manipulate the sample into a whole different sound. And that's another thing. And I value that as just as much skill as playing something on the keys. And also with original producers, quote unquote original, sounds that come from, I'll show you guys, like this M6 right here, workstation, using sounds from those that are like presets, that's a form of sampling. Because let me pull up I didn't make that sound. I'm playing, a melody that I made up, but I didn't make that sound. So in a way, that is a form of sampling. Whether it's as obvious it is or not, it's a form of sampling. Unless I had like a Virus TI, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a sound module where you get to really just make your own sounds. Unless I was doing everything from that pretty much, I would be sampling. So I want people to kind of understand that, and understand that whether you're original or sample based, either way it's great music. And to be honest, sampling, if you can sample, you'll be in a much more value, because to me, looking through emails that I get like monthly and everything, I always have people that contact me for samples if I can flip this or something. And I learned how to sample like 2 years ago, and believe me, people love those, because you can't go wrong with a nice sample beat. You really can't. It really just brings back a classic vibe that a lot of people like and enjoy. So I'm gonna continue to do it, and if you're a sample-based producer, continue doing that as well. My words I would say to it is obviously strive to be original if you can, but there's nothing wrong with being sampling, because it's part of the culture and people love it. It just seems like it's either other producers or some naive people that listen to the music that want to point out certain things about it and say you're not good at what you do. Because I'll tell you right now, I got a whole bunch of samples in my library folder I can give you, and I'll tell you if you can sample them. I know I can sample them, that's why I have them in there, but I want to see if you can sample them, because sampling is really an art in itself. I don't think people always realize that, because if you look at like a typical 70s sample, that's just one that comes to my head. When they recorded that song 40-50 years ago, they never thought okay, we're gonna record this, make sure everything's so precise, so then a generation to come will later on sample this, into hip hop or any genre for that matter. They didn't. So when you hear a lot of popular songs that maybe have been sampled, once or twice, that you really recognize and you notice there's a similar relation between those, that's because the way it was recorded, if you were to try to sample it in a different way, it'd be much more difficult. And I was watching a video of Just Blaze and stuff, and he uses Logic, and he's talking about some plugins basically with sampling that you can pretty much fix offsets and everything. And I mean, that's just crazy because, you know, it really just opens another element of sampling, just having to do this typical doing I guess what you can versus maybe what you want to do. But you know, it really is tricky at times with sampling, because if you want to do it right and everything, to have everything just flow so it's not so choppy, it definitely takes work. So I want people to understand that. So there's nothing wrong with being sample based. Obviously strive to be original if you can. Try to slowly incorporate yourself into it. I know a lot of people that do it is because, you know, they never had maybe formal piano lessons or something, you know, to really work the keys like they want to. So, you know, they focus in on the sampling, and, you know, focusing on the sampling aspect and being good at manipulating it can put you at a really high advantage as well. So, you know, continue doing what you do. And yeah, it's a short vlog. I just wanted to, you know, voice my opinions, and I definitely want to get more interactive with my people, because I know majority of you guys subscribed either because maybe you saw a couple other videos that I did that you liked from me, like the drum kit I gave out, or it's just some beats you liked in general. So I'm gonna continue to, you know, drop tracks every month and stuff like that. But I figure I'd do some more of these vlogs, music vlogs and stuff like that. And I like to hear your guys' opinions in the comments below, video response, anything. So yeah, if you like this video, thumbs it up, subscribe, share, and, you know, keep on making good music. Peace.